Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're continuing with the playlist for IGCSE Edexcel Maths A topic questions. In this playlist, you will come across all the topics for IGCSE Edexcel Maths A. Each video has exam questions starting from 2018 to 2025. In this one, we're talking about Surds. I've already made a video about Surds where we're talking about like the basic level questions, like the easy questions that we get, like for example, expanding brackets with Surds, rationalizing the denominator, and simplifying the Surd. In this one, we're doing more advanced questions like the ones that come at the end of the exam, like the 6 marks and 5 mark one. In these questions, Surds is combined with other topics like, for example, finding the volume or surface area of a 3D shape, differentiation, a quadratic equation, or trigonometry. So I've taken the most difficult questions from past papers. And with the help of these questions, you'll be able to understand how to solve the advanced questions for Surds. So without further delay, let's start with this one. It says the diagram shows a cuboid with a square cross-section. The volume of the cuboid is 13 plus 6 root 5 centimeter cube. Without using a calculator, find the value of x. Giving your answer in the form of a plus root b, where a and b are integers, show you're working clearly. This length is 2 root 5 minus 3, and this one is x. The cross-section area is a square. So we know volume for a cuboid is length times width times height. Volume is 13 plus 6 root 5. Length and width are x, and 2 root 5 minus 3, and height is also x. We have to find the value of x. So let's first divide the 13 plus 6 root 5 by 2 root 5 minus 3. On the right hand side, let's keep the x squares. Now first, I would begin with rationalizing the denominator for the fraction on the left hand side, and then gradually we move on to finding the value of x. So for the rationalization part, you must know how to solve it, and if you don't, you can go to the previous video and if you still don't know about how to rationalize the denominator, you can check out the previous video that I've posted for Surds that gives several questions that talk about the same thing. So when you're rationalizing the denominator, we will multiply the numerator and denominator of this fraction by the denominator, but the sign in the middle will be opposite. So we're going to multiply and divide it by 2 root 5 plus 3. That's the first step for rationalizing the denominator. Next, the numerator gets multiplied with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. So 13 plus 6 root 5 times 2 root 5 plus 3 divided by 2 root 5 minus 3 times 2 root 5 plus 3 equals to x squared. Now we expand the brackets. 13 times 2 root 5 plus 3 plus 6 root 5 times 2 root 5 plus 3. And the denominator, I'm going to use difference of perfect squares. So 2 root 5 whole square minus 3 squared equals to x squared. 13 times 2 root 5 is 26 root 5. 13 times 3 is 39. 6 root 5 times 2 root 5 is 12 times root 5 squared. And 6 root 5 times 3 is 18 root 5. Divided by 4 times 5 minus 9. 26 root 5 plus 39. Root 5 squared is 5, so 12 times 5 is 60 plus 18 root 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 9 is 11. 26 root 5 plus 18 root 5 is going to give us 44 root 5. And 39 plus 60 is 99. This is divided by 11. So now 44 divided by 11 is 4, and root 5 comes as it is. 99 divided by 11 is 9. Now, as the question said that x equals to a plus root b. This is the format they want the answer in. So if we square x, that's a plus root b being squared. Okay, so that's going to be a plus root b times a plus root b, which is a square plus a root b plus a root b plus square of root b. That gives a square plus 2a root b plus b. Now this is what x squared equals to. We over here know that x squared equals to 4 root 5 plus 9, which means 4 root 5 equals to 2a root b. So b is going to be 5 and a is going to be 2. So the final answer would be x equals to 2 plus root 5. Once you've found your value for x squared, you use the form that's given in the question, which is x equals to a plus root b. You square that, expand the bracket, and once you have expanded version, you equate it to what you have found for x squared. And then you put the similar terms equal to each other, like the roots equal to the root, the constant equal to the constant. And then you'll see that 4 root 5 equals to 2a root b, which means b is 5 and a is 2. And that's how you solve this question. Then this one says A, B, D, and E are points in a circle. A, B, C, and E, D, C are straight lines. BC is given as 2 plus root 5. ED is 4 plus root 5. DC is 2 root 5. Show that the length AB is P root 5 plus Q centimeters, where P and Q are integers whose values are to be found. Show your working clearly. So over here, we'll use intersecting secant theorem because we have two secants intersecting. This is a part of circle theorems. So according to intersecting secant theorem, AC times BC is the same as EC times DC. So let's use that. AC times BC is the same as EC times DC. This is the intersecting secant theorem. So AC is AB plus 2 plus root 5 and BC is 2 plus root 5 equals to EC, which is 4 plus root 5 plus 2 root 5 times 2 root 5. Let's collect the like terms first. So on the left-hand side, we don't have any like terms. So this remains as it is. On the right-hand side, we can rewrite root 5 plus 2 root 5 as 3 root 5. Let's leave the left-hand side as it is. Expand the brackets on the right-hand side. That's 8 root 5 plus 6 root 5 squared. Now I'm going to bring the 2 plus root 5 on the right-hand side. So AB plus 2 plus root 5 remains as it is. 8 root 5 plus 6 times 5, and we're dividing it by 2 plus root 5. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to rationalize the denominator on the right-hand side. Left-hand side is going to remain as it is for now. So we times this by 2 minus root 5 and divide it by 2 minus root 5. That's going to be AB plus 2 plus root 5 equals to 8 root 5 plus 30 times 2 minus root 5 over 2 plus root 5 times 2 minus root 5. Expand the bracket. So 8 root 5 times 2 is 16 root 5. 8 root 5 times root 5 is negative 8 times root 5 squared. 30 times 2 is 60. and 30 times root 5 is negative 30 root 5. This is divided by 2 square minus root 5 whole square. As I said before, using difference of perfect squares in the denominator is going to save time. If you want to expand the bracket and then find the answer, that's also an option. You can do that. Choose whichever method is easier for you to understand. Now we further simplify the fraction. So 16 root 5 minus 8 times 5 plus 60 minus 30 root 5 divided by 4 minus 5. Sixteen root 5 minus 30 root 5 is going to be negative 14 root 5. 8 times 5 is 40. 60 minus 40 is 20 over negative 1. So that's AB plus 2 plus root 5 equals to 14 root 5 minus 20. Now we bring 2 plus root 5 to the other side. So it's 14 root 5 minus root 5 minus 20 minus 2. That's going to be 13 root 5 minus 22. And that's what your value of AB is going to be. So as you can see, the solving part is exactly the same as you've learned in the previous video for Surds. What's changed now is like they have introduced a new concept in each question. In the previous question, it was volume of 3D shapes. In this one, it was intersecting secant theorem. So with that new concept, you're incorporating Surds. Making the equation is the one that's connected to the other topic. So if you get that right, then moving forward, the solving part is exactly the same because then it's just rationalizing the denominator and finding the value of the variable that they're asking for. In this one, it says ABCED is a five-sided shape. ABCD is a rectangle. CED is an equilateral triangle. AB is X, BC is Y. The perimeter of ABCED is 100 centimeters and the area of ABCD is R centimeter square. We have to show that R equals to X over 4 times 200 minus 6 minus root 3 times X. So the good part about is that they've given you the answer in the question. You just have to create the same equation. So we know that the perimeter is 100. We know this is X, this is Y, this would also be Y. It's an equilateral triangle, which means if this is X, this is also X, and this is also X. So perimeter is going to be 3x's plus 2y, and that's equal to 100. The equation of R is in terms of X, which means we need to make Y the subject over here and make an equation for it in terms of X. So this is the first thing. Now the area is said to be R centimeter square for the entire shape. So we have a triangle. So area of triangle is going to be 1 over 2 times base times height. We have the base, which is DC. We don't have the height. But what we know is that this is a right angle triangle. And since it's an equilateral triangle, 60, 30, 90, the special triangle ratio. So then this length is going to be X over 2. This is going to be X over 2. If the length opposite to 90 is X, the one opposite to 30 is going to be half of it, so that's X over 2. And the length opposite to 60 would be X over 2 times root 3. For this, you need to know your special triangles. So based on that, the height is X over 2 root 3. So if you find the area of the triangle, that's 1 over 2 times X over 2 root 3, which is X square root 3 over 4. This was area of the triangle. Now area of the rectangle is length times width. So that's x times y. Y is now 100 minus 3x over 2. So that's going to be 100x minus 3x squared over 2. Now we're going to add these two to create the equation for the area, which is r. So r equals to x squared root 3 over 4 plus 100x minus 3x squared over 2. Make the denominator same, so 4. So x squared root 3 plus twice of 100x minus 3x squared. Now let's simplify this. So that's going to be x squared root 3 plus 200x minus 6x squared over 4. So we can take x over 4 common outside, and inside the bracket, we're left with 200 minus 6x plus root 3x. So what they've done, that inside the bracket, they've again taken x common. So x over 4 bracket 200 minus x bracket 6 plus root 3. This is plus and this is. So what they've done is inside the bracket, they've taken common again between 6x and root 3x. So x over 4 times 200 and then minus x bracket 6 minus root 3. That's your equation as given the question. Then it says find the value of x for which r has its maximum value. Give your answer in the form of p over q minus root 3, where p and q are integers. So to find the value of x for which r has its maximum value, we need to differentiate the equation for r and then put that equal to 0 to find the value of x. So firstly, r equals to x over 4 times 200 minus x times 6 minus root 3. Expand this, that's going to be 200x over 4 minus 6x squared over 4 plus root 3x squared over 4. So if I simplify this now, 200 divided by 4 is 50. 6 over 4 is 3 over 2. Now we differentiate this with respect to x. So 50 minus 3x plus root 3 over 2x. Put the derivative equal to 0. So 50 minus 3x plus root 3 over 2x. So we take negative 3x plus root 3 over 2x to the other side. So 3x minus root 3 over 2x equals to 50. Now we take x common, so x bracket 3 minus root 3 over 2 equals to 50. X bracket 6 minus root 3 over 2 equals to 50. X equals to 50 times 2 divided by 6 minus root 3, and that gives us 100 over 6 minus root 3. That's how you find the value of x. Then explain why the maximum value of r is given by this value of x. The maximum value of r is given by this because the coefficient of x squared is negative. So if the coefficient of x squared is negative, that means it's shaped like this. It's upside down. This is a max curve and this is a minimum curve. So the shape of the curve is determined by the coefficient of x squared. And if the coefficient of x squared is negative, that means it's maximum. So this is why the maximum value of r is given by this value of x, because the coefficient of x squared was negative. That is your answer. The diagram shows the prism ABCDEFGHJK with horizontal base AEFG. ABCD is a cross section of the prism where ABD is a square and BCD is an equilateral triangle. I'm going to begin with assuming that the measurements for the square are 2x. You can even use x, but it's best to use 2x because that way you're avoiding using fractions. Since it's an equilateral triangle, that means BC and CD are also 2x. Then EF is twice of AE, which means this is 4x. M is the midpoint of GF, so that's x and x. JM is vertical, so that's a straight line. Angle MAJ is y, which means we have this right angle triangle over here, and this is angle y. Given that tan y is t, find the value of t, giving your answer in the form of root p plus root q over 17, where p and q are integers. So first, we're going to begin with finding the value of am, and then we're going to find the value of jm because we need that for tan y. So g m a. ag 4x, mg is x. We're going to use Pythagoras to find am. Am squared equals to x squared plus 4x squared. That's going to be x squared plus 16x squared, which is 17x squared. Then we take the square root of 17x squared, and that's going to give us x root 17. Now we're going to use the special triangle ratios in the equilateral triangle to figure out the height of the triangle and then add that to KF to find the value of JM. So using the special triangle ratios, B, C, O. Half of this is x, this is 2x, and this is what we need to find. So if 90 is 2x, 30 is x, 60 is going to be x root 3. So Jm is going to be x root 3 plus 2x. So now tan y is going to be Jm over am. Jm is x root 3 plus 2x and am is x root 17. And since tan y equals to t, so this is going to be the equation for t. Now we're going to rationalize the denominator to find the value of t in the form that is asked in the question. So first, let's take x common. And then we can cancel it out. Now we're going to rationalize the denominator by multiplying and dividing the fraction by root 17. So that's going to give us square root of 3 times 17 plus 2 root 17 divided by root of 17 being squared. That's square root of 51 plus 2 root 17 over 17. The 2 root 17 can be rewritten as 17 times 2 square because they did not want a number outside the root. It was root p plus root q. So if you remember, if we want to reverse it, take the number back inside the root, we square it inside the root. So now it's 4 times 17, which is going to give us 68. So it's root 51 plus root 68 divided by 70. That is your final value of t in the form that's asked in the question. And with that, we're done with the questions for Surds. These were the advanced questions like the grade 8-9 questions. If you have any questions or confusions about these, please leave a comment below and I'll help you out. And if you understood everything, please like and subscribe, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to check out the other videos because it's greatly going to help you in your exam.